Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome to some ACAC hockey. I'm Brendan Donald. Joining me today is Will Manzik. We are here watching the SAIT Trojans versus Olds College. This is going to be a really fun game here. Obviously, nice Saturday battle here in Calgary, Alberta, between these two squads. Will, what are some of the things that you were looking forward to in this game?
I'm looking forward to seeing this power play unit from SAIT. They got the best power play unit in the league, scoring as many times as they get, and for Olds, it's one of the worst penalty kills in the league, and they take a lot of penalties.
Yeah, obviously for the SAIT Trojans team, they have those only 2 power play goals allowed against them in his 12 games so far this year. That is really, really phenomenal numbers, and it is going to be really fun to watch because obviously they do have a little bit of a better power play unit as well. Tell us about that.
Yeah, the power play unit's converted 14% of the time, which leads the league. And for a team that does struggle to get offense, getting it on the power play is good, and it's huge, especially against an undisciplined team like Olds. So getting an early goal, early power play goal, is a way to swing the momentum around.
Yeah, and one of these things for today's game, obviously SAIT coming in with the record of 2-10, they want to get into this game. Obviously they played earlier this week, they had a 1-0 loss to Olds up in Olds. So this is one of those games where they didn't really have that tough, or they didn't have a game that they would have loved to play, but they still played a really good, fun game to watch. They played more consistently than what we've seen from a little bit more in the past. Coming into this game, 8-game losing streak. So this is the perfect type of a game for them to just build some momentum back, get their confidence back, and really take it to a team that they know and they played well against just earlier this week.
Yeah, for me it's now or never for this Trojans team to get it going and get into playoffs. They're playing a team that's just ahead of them in the standings by 5 or 6 points. They're a really even matched team. This is that game to turn things around and get going into the playoffs and get it into the right foot there.
Yeah, but we'll be back here shortly for some more ACAC hockey here live on ACAC TV.
For the singing of our national anthem.
And we are just moments away from the opening puck drop. Again, I'm Brendan Donald here live for you on the call. Joining me today in the booth is Will Manzik. Boy, oh boy, Will, this is going to be a fun one here as we talked a little bit about in the pregame here. One of the things that I want to see from this SAIT team right off the bat is put in a lot of pressure in early.
Yeah, just starting this game on the right foot for them is what they have to do. Start fast, not start slow. They tend to start slow a little bit in these first periods, so if they can get off and get that puck right into Old's zone right away, that's huge.
Yeah, Rihanna Blight in the opening faceoff ends up losing that, but Schellenberg doing a good job at just batting that one away. Now Blight back with it, moving this one around, trying to get this one out of the zone. That was Bugdell trying to keep that one in. But now we have a little battle here in the corner, and now we see Blight moving that one around, trying to get this one out of the zone. And Olds is able to keep that puck in for the moment, but Trojans able to pick that one up right away. Alexander Brown moving this one around. Olds just trying to find some space to pass that puck, but SAIT doing a great job defensively at the moment, just really shutting down and closing up those lanes, Will.
Olds is doing a great job at circling this puck around the zone as well.
Yeah, good job there by the Trojans to get that one out. Jack took a little bit of a hit there from Stewart. Stewart putting the body in early. One of the things that we do see from this SAIT Trojans team is they do like to get a little bit down and dirty sometimes, throw the body out there. Sometimes it can get a little bit undisciplined for them, but, you know, it's always good to make sure to just get that one out. But now we see Stewart coming out. Kiana Stewart, so far this year, 4 goals, 1 assist, 5 total points on the year, 6 penalty minutes. But now we see them coming in, and they had a great opportunity there. That was number 12, Alexa Brown, trying to find that goal, trying to fire that one home. That one just gets batted up into the air, but it's intercepted in the neutral zone. That's by Wiley, excuse me. And now this one's moving around, trying to find some space. No official shots here early in this game. 18:09 remaining. Wiley just dumps that one in, and Jack is going to have to go all the way back in. Jesse Jack from Byermore, Alberta. A great interception there. That was a beautiful shot coming from Samantha Wiley, trying to get that opening goal, which would be so key for SAIT early in this game. Battle here in the corner. Both squads trying to get that one out. That one goes all the way down, and Schmidt just kind of fired that one down in deep. Now SAIT's trying to get this one regrouped behind the net. Ward moving that one in. Ward, our fellow RTBN student here. Obviously, me and Will are second years, and Ward is our first year, so we're always happy to give her any tips when she comes by. Obviously, Will, you've been here at SAIT the last month. I've been away on practicum, so it's been different experiences for both of us, but boy, it's been fun nonetheless.
Yeah, it's been quite a change to see going from all the classmates to half of them.
That was a great shot there by number 22, Sydney Jack. Just couldn't quite get that one on target. But now interception here in the neutral zone. Luane, that one backed, batted around. Couldn't quite keep it, and we're going to bring that one all the way down in deep for an icing.
Good offensive pressure to start from SAIT. Just unable to keep that puck in and find that shot on net. Really only one great opportunity, and that was that puck stolen by Piper Alexander. They've done a great job at circling the puck around. They just haven't been able to get that way to get in on net yet.
Maddie able to win that face-off for Olds. Now they're moving this one around, trying to fire a shot, but this one's kind of all the way around, but picked up by the SAIT Trojans. Aaron Hart just kind of get that one, but it was intercepted in the neutral zone by Olds. Blight coming in with some speed, trying to apply a lot more pressure to this Old squad, but now they're coming up the sideline, trying to get this one out. That was firing shot by Vance Colster. Vance Colster with the shot, but easy save there by Schellenberg. Schellenberg, obviously the starting goaltender tonight for SAIT. But now we see Stewart coming up the sideline, right side, trying to find some space, trying to find a pass. Just can't quite connect there with number 21, Rihanna Blight. Blight, obviously, big-time point getter for the SAIT Trojans team. Whenever she's on the ice, you know she's going to be effective.
Yeah, her and Piper Alexander always throw away.
6 goals, 2 assists, 8 total points for Rihanna Blight, 12 penalty minutes. So, she kind of does that fit both little bit of a role for the squad. She can get rough and tough. Sometimes it gets a little bit too aggressive on it and leads to some penalties. But you know what? Being out there, get some points, be high up there for the SAIT Trojans is always a good thing. Wiley moving it in, just kind of dumps that one down. Tried to find her teammate Alexander, but just couldn't quite connect on that pass. Tamara Ward moving this one around. She's going to have some pressure coming on her by Kinsley. Kinsley just bats her down into the corner. Ward a little bit slow to get up, but now she's going to be trying to make the change. But now we see Alexander in the zone, makes the pass. Just couldn't quite connect there with Brown. Brown had a golden opportunity there, just not quite getting it on the stick, but she's applying a lot of pressure before that one gets batted out and around, and Olds getting reset and regrouped in their own zone. That errant pass just goes all the way down, going back into the SAIT zone. Kirk moves that one around, but a lot of good pressure here from Olds. Firing point, that one just goes wide. That was by Kinsley. Now we see Trojans trying to get this one out. A lot of neutral zone battle so far here in today's game. That's a firing shot that just goes wide by number 23, Sandell. Battle here, and firing shot, and they score! Weird pass there for the SAIT, or for Olds. That one gets in. That's by number 22, Sydney Jack, getting her second goal of the season. And so we're opening up today's scoring 1-0. SAIT finds themselves down here early with 14-14 still remaining in the opening frame. Rihanna Blight in the face-off circle. She can't get that one up against Jack. But Olds coming right back in. They're looking to get on this hot streak right away. Try to put up multiple goals early. And intercepted here by number 23, Sandell. And good job by SAIT walking that line, not allowing Olds to come in. Now they have to get regrouped. Great job there by number 21, Rihanna Blight, just dumping that one out and forcing this Olds team. But Vance Colster, was reading the wrong name, but Vance Skolster fired that one in, but easy save by Schellenberg.
Olds has done a great job of continuing the pressure even after this goal. They've found ways to get that puck into the SAIT zone no matter what, really.
Yeah, one thing that we want to see from SAIT early in this game, as we're going to see a SAIT penalty coming up here. Tripping call, obviously. Will, our official rules analyst, that just happens to be Tamara Ward, getting her, she's going to be entering this one with 14 penalty minutes so far on the year, getting a quick 2-minute call. She's going to be now serving 16 minutes.
Going up for Olds here is one of the weaker power play units in ACAC. They are 4th out of 5 teams in women's ACAC hockey. And for the Trojans, they have the best penalty killing unit in the league.
Yeah, Piper Alexander doing a great job there, just allowing not any space. McElade fires that one. That one, good save by Schellenberg. Have a glove down on the ice, so interesting situation there. Someone had to get off. Ali McElade fires that one from the point. That one had to go through a couple of bodies, and Piper Alexander doing a phenomenal job just dumping that one down, allowing fresh unit here. Again, we talked about those 2 power play goals allowed by the Trojans all year long. Number 1 penalty killing unit throughout the ACAC. They just do a great job at closing those lanes down and not really allowing too much pressure to be put on their goaltender. And you know what? We're seeing that exact thing right now. Firing shot from the point. And good save by Schellenberg. Again, that firing point. Macaulay had a couple of shots there on this power play opportunity, but Schellenberg doing a great job of just settling things down, just getting down, covering it up. Exactly what you want from your goaltender.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed is SAIT's done a great job of not allowing Olds to get the inside lane on this power play so far. SAIT's done a great job of just boxing them out onto the board side, and most of their shots have been coming from the blue line.
Yeah, Kate Will for Olds was able to win that face-off, and now SAIT continues with 30 seconds remaining, 11:50 remaining in the first period. Now 25 seconds remaining on this power play. SAIT doing just a phenomenal job. They would love to apply a little bit more pressure here, but now we see Olds coming in, and a little bit of a weird pass that ultimately ends up kind of going in the favor of Olds, but SAIT doing a great job defensively. Battle here. Now behind the net, Olds looking for some space. Pulls with it. Penalty is now officially over, so Jack moving, firing that one, tried to go top Cheddar, just couldn't quite connect on it. Tamara Ward officially back out there. Another good shot by Jack, but good job by Schellenberg just to get in the right spot. Poole fires that one, had to go through traffic, ultimately going a little bit wide right. Still a lot of pressure here on this squad. Olds right now is just absolutely relentless. This puck just walked the line, and SAIT is able to get it out, but Olds coming right back in, firing, and great block by Belima. Just putting her body in the way, not allowing any clean shot there. She just ends up dumping that one down. Esther Belima still looking for her first official point of the year, but she's definitely known more for her defensive attributes for this team than offense, but always still nice to try to get that first point, get that monkey off your back early on. So now, quick face-off down low. Let's see what SAIT is going to be able to do. Taking a look here with 10 minutes, 19 seconds remaining in the first period, SAIT is currently being outshot 6-0, so still looking for that first shot register of the game. Alexander can't quite get the face-off win there, so they have to get reset and move backwards. Brown just dumps that one in, and SAIT doesn't have the numbers that they would like on that entry. Tringer just tries to battle that one out. That one's ultimately picked up by Lowen. Moving that one around. Now Olds. A little bit of a fan pass there, but they're going to have some numbers. Hogcam, fires that one, goes wide. Ward was kind of in an interesting spot, just bounced off her stick. That one's going to become, or was looking like it was going to be an icing call. SAIT able to put in. Wiley moving this one around, trying to find some space. Firing shot, bouncing puck. Stewart just can't quite get there. Beautiful save by Kinghorn.
And we need to see more plays like that from SAIT. It started with a great tip at center ice that waved off of that icing. And SAIT brought in the hustle to get into that zone and created that chance for themselves there.
Yeah, talking about Kiana Kinghorn, Calgary native, so it's coming home for her, being able to play in front of her hometown crowd and trying to show maybe a little bit of, hey, I'm here to perform. Olds obviously about 45 minutes north of Calgary, Alberta, where we were playing today's game.
And those coming home games are always special for a player because you play with a chip on your shoulder.
Oh, without a doubt, especially when you're a goaltender. If you were here watching the men's game last night, you also saw the goaltender for the Thunder who played. He was also a Calgary goaltender as well. And you just saw a brilliant performance. But right now, we see Jack just firing and dumping that one into the zone. That one's picked up by Schmidt. Schmidt tried to get it out, but she was met by a flurry of Olds defenders. Wiley can't quite get that one around. Now Schmidt has to pick this one up. She just battles that one back, trying to get that to Bambach. And Bambach in front of us here at our broadcast area. Firing that one in was Earnhardt. No one really home to kind of pick that one up. Earnhardt now battling with it, but ultimately picked up by Olds. Webster moving this one around, and that one just gets tipped up and out.
Big face-off here for SAIT, going into the old zone. They need to win this face-off. Just find a way to get some continued offensive pressure going into this zone. They seem to be able to be pushed out pretty easily when Olds gets that puck.
Yeah, and you know what? Trying to find a little bit of confidence here. Obviously, we have 8:10 remaining here in the first. Still a lot of time to be played, but when you're down by a goal and you've really only had one total of really good offensive pressure, one thing that you want to make sure of is that you're still trying to build that momentum slowly but surely. Because again, we still have about 45 minutes remaining in this hockey game, so anything can happen. And one thing that we know from this SAIT team is that they have a lot of heart. They are never out of the games. Even when they're down by a couple, you can still see them competing as if they were up by 5.
Yeah, I fully agree. That's one thing that SAIT does well is they always play with heart. They never look out of a game when you look at the bench or the product on the ice. They always look into the game.
Yeah, Alexander, she was in a battle there and just unable to win that one. That was also number 9, Maddie, able to win that face-off. Now Maddie with it. She's skating around, trying to find in front of the net. Just can't quite connect there with Jack. Now Piper Alexander. Such a skilled player for this SAIT Trojans team. That one got excellently blocked and kept in. That was by Abby Kramer. And I think my eyesight might have failed me. I think it was actually Kramer who was in the face-off circle, so apologize for that. But now SAIT on a little bit of the back foot here. They're coming in. And Schellenberg behind her own net had a couple of players coming at her as a goaltender. That is never a sight you want to see when you're behind your own net and you see a player from the opposing team in front of you and behind you. Always a little bit tricky in those instances, for sure. Good save there by Schellenberg. Nice, easy blocker save. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. This has been a very fast-paced first period, Will.
Yeah, lots of back-and-forth action. At the beginning, we had a lot of that neutral zone stuff, but we've been going end-to-end these last few minutes now, which has been awesome to watch.
Yeah, this is exactly the type of hockey that I like to see. Not necessarily high-scoring, more defensive, but still, when you do get a goal, that really just shows your offensive prowess.
Agreed. And Olds is getting back into the zone until that block shot. They were controlling that puck well, cycling it well.
Yeah, Will now on the puck. Not you, but the actual Kate Will on the ice. But that was picked up by Stewart. And Stewart fires that one. That one tried to go top chair, just couldn't find a home. They're moving this one around. Battle here in the corner, ultimately picked up by Olds. Wiley looking for a teammate, looking for a Hail Mary pass. Tried to get it to Blight, but she just couldn't quite get her stick on that one. Wiley looking like she was trying to be Patrick Mahomes, trying to find Tyreek Hill all the way back there to Blight, but they just couldn't quite connect on it. Now we see SAIT coming in. Earnhardt tried to fire it, but just couldn't quite get it, and that was blocked. Now we have a bit of a foot race, and had a battle of a couple of number 8s there. Both squads, we had Samantha Wiley versus Abby Kramer, and SAIT was able to win that one. Now they're moving back in, coming in with some pressure. Bam Batch firing, but easy save by Kinghorn. Great opportunity for Earhart, firing, battling a couple times, just couldn't quite put it home. Good couple of saves by Sienna Kinghorn.
Tough saves too with all that traffic in front of her net. She had 2 of her defenders, a SAIT forward and Earhart as well, trying to put that puck all behind her there.
Yeah, that is never a situation as a goaltender that you want to have happen. Just pucks being batted and you can't get that rebound settled. And especially when it's bouncing around, that's always the tough thing, because as a player, you don't like the rebounds or like the bouncing puck, but if you can hit it, that just creates so much havoc for a goaltender. Right now we see Alexander able to win that one for the Trojans. Ultimately, they have to do the skate of shame and get reset. Unfortunately for them, believe that one hit the netting there, Will, if my eyes hopefully didn't fail me on that one.
Netting or offside, one of the two. But we're right in front of the old zone for another big face-off here for SAIT.
Yeah, Alexander in the face-off circle. Unfortunately, she's not able to win that one. So now we see Olds coming in, trying to move this. That is number 24, Kate Will. And SAIT was able to pick that one up. Alexander tried to get it to Lawone. Just fired that one down and in. And we're going to see Olds go off for a massive shift here. And now we see Kirk trying to get that one up. And she does. Try to get that one up to Ward, but Ward was met by a couple of Olds players. And unfortunately, 3-on-1. Typically those numbers, unless you're Connor McDavid, it's really hard to beat those.
Yeah, going in on a 1-on-3 as a forward is never an easy thing to do there.
No, it is not. Number 16, Pashnik, just dumps that one in. She chases her own puck, but ultimately it was picked up by a teammate. Firing in front, tried to make the pass, just couldn't quite connect on it. That appeared to be number 22, Sydney Jack, who almost had it. Now Sydney Jack coming with it on a puck, but she was met by Wiley. Good job just getting her body in right place at the right time, just really slowing things down. 3:30 remaining here in the first period. Again, SAIT right out in front of their net. That's how Olds got their opening goal of the game, just a quick pass in front of the net. Ill-advised pass there for SAIT, but ultimately it did end up working for them. Now Blight here on the chase.
Yeah, a lot of pucks that get passed in front of the net, never a good thing you want to do. One of those things you're always taught as a defender, don't put the puck in front of the net if it's in front of your own net, because 9 times out of 10 it does end up in the back of your net.
Yeah, just because we can see all sorts of bounces that just happen, and we do know at Winsport Arena, we love being here. We're so thankful for them for allowing SAIT to play here for the next couple of years while SAIT Campus Center is being renovated. But when you have an ice surface that gets used the amount that Winsport does, it creates very, very bouncy ice surface. And a great Schellingberg making a phenomenal save. Really having to stretch out for that one. Initially had the rebound bounce off of her, and she had to fight for it and make a excellent, excellent save to keep her team at a 1-0 ball game.
Had to hold on tight there as well with that Olds pressure coming in, digging right after the whistle.
Now we see Maddie going to be in the face-off circle against Alexander. Maddie able to pick that one up. She's been very impressive in the face-off circle here today, Will.
Been a treat to watch in the face-off circles.
Yeah,
usually when you see her in there, you know, okay, this one's going to be her win.
And you know what? Alexander is no slouch from the face-off circle as well. She's phenomenal there too, but this has just been a battle of attrition for both teams so far here early on. And another situation for SAIT where a pass just comes right in front of their own net. Alexander on the stick. And unfortunately, they just can't get that puck out as quick as they would have wanted. Van Kolster, right place, right time, just not allowing any extra space to be given. A lot of pressure being put up. Olds trying to get reset here. And just beat was Lowen against Jack. And Schellingberg kind of had that one batting around. Not necessarily the save that she would have liked to have made, but still good nonetheless. And this is where Olds has been so dangerous so far in this game. It's when they're around that Wayne Gretzky's office, just getting that puck right in front of the net. That's been causing a little bit of problems so far here early for the Trojans, but icing call kind of give them a little bit of breathing room here. Ultimately not able to shift off some players, but yeah, they really had to battle on that one.
Yeah, lots of work had to be done defensively for SAIT to get that puck out of their zone. Just kind of felt to be like a step behind what Olds was doing there in the offensive zone.
Kendall able to win that one for Olds. That was a firing shot, but it was ultimately blocked by Ward. She seems a little bit hurt here. She just kind of bats her glove off. She's going to get checked out, hopefully to see she's A-okay relatively soon. Appears to be in a little bit of pain on the bench right now, but Olds coming in, good opportunity. They just couldn't quite put that one home. Kinsley had the opportunity for a shot. Firing from the point, that one didn't go anywhere. And Kaylee tried to get that one out of the zone. Olds is able to pick this one up. Final minute of play here in the first period, where we see a 1-0 lead for Olds over SAIT. Now we see Piper Alexander. We know she's so dangerous with the puck on her stick. She's trying to tie this game up late, but good defense by number 14, Ali McCauley. And now Olds is trying to get a last-minute drive here, 30 seconds in. They end up just dumping that one in. McCauley just kind of realized she didn't have any teammates on her side and dumped it in. Smart play, without a doubt. Now we see SAIT coming back in. Blight tried to get it on the boards and around. We're always making sure to keep an eye on the players that we see hurt. So Ward looks like she's still in a little bit of pain. Hopefully she can get back out there because she's very instrumental to this SAIT Trojans team as Blight chases it. And that is going to bring us to the end of this first period. Will, what are some of your thoughts?
Yeah, it was a great overall first period. Low scoring, but lots of action. A couple things I think SAIT needs to work on going into that second period. For me, it's not passing the puck in front of their own end. That's one thing that's like crucial not to do in my opinion. And continuing with the offensive pressure. Continue to find ways to get in. They were very successful in the last half of that first period of getting into the old zone, getting shots off, doing what they needed to do to bring in some pressure there.
Yeah, right now for SAIT, it just feels like once they can start to get that little bit more offensive pressure going into that zone, that's when their opportunities are going to come. And once they start to get that little bit more confidence here, which you could feel like what you were saying later in that first period, their confidence was definitely growing. And again, it's only a 1-0 score, so by no means is this game over. 40 minutes still left to play here. I've been Brendan Donald for Will Manzik. We'll be back here for some more ACAC hockey. You're watching this obviously on ACAC TV. We'll be back here in another 15 minutes. And welcome back, everybody, to some more ACAC women's hockey between the SAIT Trojans and Olds College. First period action, we only had 1 goal, 1 penalty. Tamara Ward got the penalty for SAIT. Sydney Jack got the opening and only goal so far here in today's game. But really fast-paced, moving first period, Will. A lot of going back and forth, a lot of interceptions in the neutral zone. It was a lot of fun to watch. What did you think?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun just watching both teams go end-to-end, carrying the puck. Passing, lots of passes so far, lots of stretch passes from like the ringette line up to the other blue line, which has been great to watch.
Yeah, but we will be back here for some more 20 minutes of ACAC action here just upcoming in the next minute.
Fun, man.
And we are back, and here we go. Olds able to win that one. Now we're moving back in. So like we said, Will, very exciting first period. Great opportunity right off of that shot, giving Schellenberg a little bit of a scare on that one. Again, one of the things that we talked so much about early or throughout that first period is SAIT. They just got so much trouble when Olds was in behind their own net and just firing that one right in front of it. That's how we got the first goal of today's game. And Olds just had so many dangerous opportunities with that. What's the one way that you would say that you hope that they can be able to change and just to work on?
Just upping the defensive pressure, keeping that puck along the boards when Olds has the puck, and try and not let them sit behind their own net. And when SAIT's passing the puck out, not to pass it through the middle of the ice.
Panashik, great shot there from the point, but all very, very good points. Well, what's one thing that you want to see here from the SAIT Trojans coming into this second period to potentially get them back into this game?
Well, I feel like the obvious thing is a goal, but I'd love to see just shorter, simpler passes. We saw a lot of stretch passes that went for icings, like we saw early on in this second period. Just keeping those short, simple passes and offensive consistency up.
Yeah, Piper Alexander able to win that face-off for her squad. Now, the question is they just need to get this one out of the zone. Good to see that Tamara Ward, after taking a shot to the hand, it looked like, is A-OK and back out there. Obviously, she's one of our fellow RTBN students, so for us, it's definitely a good thing to see one of our fellow classmates, even though she is a year below us, be able to still compete and get back out there. But now it's going to be a foot race between the aforementioned Ward, but that one's just sent around. Ward doing a great job pickpocketing there, tried to fire that one in front of the net to Piper Alexander, but was met by a couple of bodies. Kinsley just fires that one down, ultimately picked up by Schellenberg. Very active goaltender behind her own net, playing very similar to a Mike Smith type of a role. Firing shot from the point, that one just got blocked. Great job there by number 27, Schmidt. And now SAIT back on the attack, but that was intercepted. Great interception there by Earhart. Tried to get it up to Batcher, but just couldn't quite connect on that one. They're moving this one along. Olds is able to just get that one out. And unfortunately for Earhart, just not able to keep that one in. Bambatch fired that one, but picked up. No one was home to pick it up. Now we see Jack coming with it, trying to find some space, but again, good job here by the SAIT Trojans, just not allowing an entry. Both teams have really done a good job so far in this second period, controlling the neutral zone, and as soon as a team does get into their own zone, just getting them out rather quickly.
Yeah, they do a great job. I find SAIT does a great job. If when they get that puck, they get right along the boards to try and find that winger and get the puck out, which is great to see.
Yeah, it's very good. This is the type of hockey that defensive battles are made of. Just really, and the reason that I like this style of hockey is because it really makes the offense shine, because when you have two defensive teams like what we're watching here go up against each other, they're really going to have to find that grindy type of goal. Blight ultimately just can't quite get that pass. She ripped in there for some speed, battling against Kate Will. Kate Will now going back, obviously trying to get it over to her teammate, and she does. Schmidt doing a good job of keeping that one in. She tried to get that one around Ward. Schmidt just ends up firing that tip shot. Good couple of opportunities, and a save there by Kinghorn. Sienna Kinghorn, Calgary native, we talked a little bit about her earlier in the broadcast, comes into today with 11 games played, a goals against average of 2.82, and a save percentage of .901. Anytime you have a goaltender with a save percentage that is .9 or above, you know you're in for some really, really good goaltending play.
Yeah, she's one of the best goalies in the ACAC right now.
Taking a look over at Schilling-Berg, obviously she comes in. This is now her 7th game of the year with a goals against average of 3.77 and then a save percentage of .907. So really good on the opposite side. So we do have two talented goaltenders in the goaltending circle here tonight. But now we see Olds on the defense, kind of having to go on the back foot, trying to get this one out. SAIT unable to keep that one in. That was number 8, Samantha Wiley, trying to keep it in the zone, but unable to. So the shots after that first period of play, SAIT was outshot 9-4, but after about 4 minutes of play, we're now 10-6. So not a whole lot of shots so far here in the first 4 minutes of the second period, but still a lot of back and forth. Firing shot, and they score! What a beautiful goal by Alexa Brown. She put that top cheddar. And excuse me, that was Kiara Stewart. An absolute rocket of a shot. My, oh my, Will, that was just a thing of beauty.
That was fantastic. Right off of the face-off, right to Kiara Stewart, and just rips it home. Top cheddar.
Yeah, Kiara Stewart getting her 5th goal of the year for her 6th total points. And what a way to get that goal. Obviously, they know she's a bit of a sniper for this team, so you put this puck on her stick, good things happen. And now we have a 1-1 game. Now it's exciting. And now Olds trying to put a little bit more pressure back on the SAIT Trojans after allowing that. But then again, if you are Kinghorn, there's nothing you really could have done on that shot. That was just perfectly placed.
It was a perfect shot in a perfect place, and like you said, nothing the goalie could do to stop that one.
Yeah, and you know what? If you're SAIT, you really have to relish in these types of moments. But here we see Stewart, the goal scorer, trying to get that one over to Kaylee. Kaylee, just a bouncing puck. She's able to pick that one up, just can't quite get it home.
It almost seems like that goal has put a whole other level of confidence into the SAIT offense, and now they're controlling the play into the old zone. They've been in there twice now.
And that's one of the things that we said coming into this period is that as soon as SAIT, once they can get a goal, this is just going to give them so much more confidence. And we know that goals necessarily haven't been at a premium here for them this season. But whenever they do get that one, we just love the way they get juiced up and ready to go. And exactly what you were saying, after that goal, they just play with so much more confidence right now. This is a 0-0 game essentially right now, both teams. But right now we're going to have a pretty good opportunity here for Tessa Kinsley. Firing opportunity and great save by Schellenberg. Jack able to keep that one in.
Sticking the pad out there, making a wonderful save.
Yeah, great job. Earhart was the one who knocked that one out. Now we see Jack coming in, trying to make a couple of moves on the backhand. And dangerous situation. She actually passed that one backwards.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I saw that right. I'm glad you saw that too.
Yeah, that one was a weird pass backwards. That's not something we're accustomed to really seeing. Mainly because it was a blind pass, which was a very dangerous type of thing for Schellenberg to try to deal with. Luckily, she had a couple of D men out there to help her out. But if Olds had a player at the right spot at the right time, that would have been a goal.
Yeah, that's a really fortunate event for SAIT that there wasn't an Olds player right there to capitalize on that play.
Yeah, Tamara Ward, she stretched out on that pass or that block to try to get it in the zone. You could see her a little bit wincing and trying to almost like work out her wrist. Obviously, she took that shot block earlier in the game in the first period. So she's still battling a little bit of pain out there, but she's tough. She's a tough cookie, so she's dealing with it no problem. Now we see Jack coming with it, passing that one over. She tried to get that one to Kramer. Moving this one around, but good couple of blocks, and this was coming all the way back out. Luan trying to find a little bit more attacking pressure. Doing a good job there so far. Alexander, 3-on-1 situation there. And fortunately for SAIT, they just had a couple players in, but now we see Stewart, the goal scorer. Dangerous shot, and that was a good one. Rebound. Unfortunately, she just couldn't quite get her teammate Kaylee in the right spot for a rebound pickup. Now Olds trying to bring this one back in. They're in the neutral zone, trying to find some space in. And SAIT is able to pick that one back up after just a dump-in attempt. And good interception there by Olds. Just really not allow SAIT to really get any pressure out of their own zone this last minute. A lot of interceptions here in the neutral zone, Will.
Yeah, lots of turnovers in the neutral zone, which just leads to back and forth action, which is why we are at a 1-1 game.
Yeah, and Schellenberg just decides to cover that one, but ultimately gives it up to her teammate, which ultimately had a little bit of pressure there, but ended up working out. Schmidt coming in with a little bit of speed. Taking a look at Schmidt's year so far. No points so far, but she is only in her 6th game of the year. But Will, as our rule analyst, former referee yourself, tell us the penalty coming up here.
Olds looks like they're getting a hooking penalty there. Or SAIT. Two players went down, an arm went up, and a hooking penalty was called. I did think it was on Olds. I thought Olds was the one who started that play, or the takedown there, but ultimately SAIT is the one that gets penalized.
Yeah, Nikita Schmidt in the box. So number 27, SAIT is going on the penalty kill for the second time so far this year, or for the second time so far this game. That would be impressive if they only had 2 on the year. But now, shorthanded, they're coming in. They don't want to worry about being on the penalty kill. They want to get a goal here.
SAIT's looked like a way different team since that goal. They haven't really let Olds do anything.
Yeah, they've really made it tricky for Olds. But one thing you got to make sure, even though you do have that number 1 penalty killing unit, you don't want to get complacent. And that was a great glove save there by Schellenberg, looking like she was playing catcher for your Toronto Blue Jays out there. Just easy, right in the mitt.
And now a big face-off here with 11:35 for SAIT. Get this face-off win and just get that puck out of the zone and keep it out of the zone.
Yeah, all the face-offs here for SAIT in their own zone. It's crucial, obviously, being a man down. But now we see Jack looking for some space. She tries to get over, just can't quite connect with her teammate, Macaulay. And now she's got it back on her stick. Now over, firing shot from the point goes wide. Bouncing shot, a little bit of a dangerous situation there. Tinsley was the one who was able to kind of pick that one back up. Macaulay trying to get it. Jack just dumps that one down. And Piper Alexandria trying to get that one out of the zone. But Olds doing a good job of just finding space. Jack with the snapshot. Easy save by Schellenberg. 54 seconds remaining in the penalty. A little bit more offensive pressure here for Olds after what was a little bit of a scare early in the first 15 seconds. Schellenberg, that one got through a pad but ultimately went right. And Olds, again, 38 seconds. 10 minutes, 35 seconds remaining in the period. Good save by Schellenberg, but that one got tipped out and around. SAIT is just going to dump that one. Good job by them. That was a good job by Blake, just dumping that one down, allowing fresh legs. They were on there for quite a while, and it's never easy being out there for a minute and a half plus, which that line was.
God, no. And even though Olds got a lot of shots in that minute and a half there in the SAIT zone, not a lot of them were dangerous chances. They were coming from weird angles, coming from the blue line or at the top of the circle. They didn't really get into that zone and really find a dangerous shot.
Yeah, nothing that you would say as a scoring opportunity, but one of those situations where they were still able to put a bunch of pucks on the net. And this is always a debate between coaches. Some coaches, they like to say, you know what, try to find the perfect shot because, you know what, if you have the man advantage, you might as well use it to get that perfect shot. And other coaches say, no, we're going to put as many pucks on net just to try to see if we can get something to squeak by. And you know what, a lot of times, it really is just that instance of trying to find that dirty, grindy type of goal. And Schmidt, she had the opportunity, but she was more focused on skating off, but that puck came right to her. Now we see Tamara Ward gets bumped into that was actually Kate Will who ran over the official there.
You know, everyone's got to get involved in the game, I guess, somehow.
Yeah, as a referee, you know more well than any of us here. Sometimes a referee can't do really anything. They just get blown over. And no matter what, it's always the referee's fault.
Always. You never win as an official.
No, you do not. The boys in stripes, they do a thankless job out there. And you know what? We do thank them for going out there. And because, again, no matter what call they make, it is just always, in someone's eyes, it's a bad call. Blah, 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 this, that, and the other thing. Belima coming with some speed. She was trying to find Kylie, but just couldn't quite get there. No. Olds coming in with some pressure, firing from the point. Schellenberg, good, easy save.
Yet another shot from a far distance away. SAIT's done a great job of cutting down any lane to get below the ringette line, it feels like now. I haven't seen a lot of opportunities come from the hash marks. Yeah,
Anna Poole, Edmonton native, was looking for her first point of the year. And she took a good shot there, but Schellenberg was in the right place at the right time. Good positioning. That's one thing that goaltending coaches absolutely love. And they always preach that, is make sure you're in the right spot, because those, just rudimentary fundamental saves that you should be making all come down to being in the right place at the right time, right positioning, and that was textbook. But now we see Tamara Ward still looking like she is battling with that, what appears to be a finger issue. Schmidt just dumps that one down. Yep. During one of the little bit of breaks in between play, I saw her with her glove off, and it appeared that she had kind of almost like a little bit of a finger cast on, so hopefully that's not going to be too much damage, just more precautionary. But Schmidt behind net, and good opportunity. Dangerous save, backhand situation there. Olds doesn't know how that one didn't go in the back of the net. Boy, oh boy, a couple of dangerous opportunities there.
I am like starstruck right there. That was 5 to 6 wonderful saves there to not allow a puck to go in.
Yeah, Macaulay coming in with more speed there. And it does appear that a stick somewhere is down, and thought that might have been Schellingberg's, but it is not.
Be the goalie's? I think it is the goalie stick. I think one of the defensemen gave her their stick.
You are 100% correct there, Will, because I saw a stick down, and for a second there, I didn't see any stick in her hand, but then one magically appeared. So good seeing eye there, getting that little bit of extra. Your glasses prescription clearly is stronger than mine.
I just cleaned mine today. That's the only issue.
Blight in the face-off circle, able to win that for the SAIT Trojans. They're moving this one around. But Old's doing a great job at applying a lot of pressure. Belima trying to get this one around and out of the zone. Passing that one up to Kaylee.
What a great
now Blight coming in.
There.
Looking for a shooting angle. Tries to get it over to her teammate, but just a little bit too in front. And Stewart was looking to net her second of the game, and we are going to have a penalty coming up to the SAIT Trojans, their third of today's game. Will, tell me what you saw.
It looks like there is a body contact penalty coming here against SAIT. Kind of like a story of the opposite tales. You know, we were talking a lot about how Olds takes a lot of penalties. It's been all SAIT today.
Yeah, Rihanna Blight in the penalty box. Not happy about it. And Will, I'm not exactly sure what happened on that. And again, I didn't see a whole lot there. And Rihanna Blight obviously is very much protesting the call. But nonetheless, she's in the box, 2 minutes. So SAIT is really going to have to work again here. Schellingberg, luckily she had a teammate out there. Block. Poole, moving this one around. Anna Poole, still looking for her first points on the season.
That body contact kind of looked like just two players running out of room and running into each other. Unfortunately, one of them had to go off.
And you know what? As an official, again, they see what they see. And sometimes it looks a little bit more intentional than what could be. And again, you're not ever in the perfect angle when you see some of that stuff. So again, Rihanna Blight might not like the call, but that's just what the officials saw. From our angle, it didn't look like it was really anything more than exactly what you said, two players just kind of running into each other and going down. But nonetheless, SAIT is going to have to use this phenomenal penalty killing unit to help kill off another minute 15.
Well, just done a great job of getting a forward in right in front of Schellenberg there.
Yeah, but right now, Schellenberg, again, is just right position. And SAIT is doing a great job at closing off these lanes and not really allowing anything crazy to be put at Schellenberg. And they score! And just as I say that, back-to-back shots. Little bit of a rebound situation, and that is number 21, Haley Hogkamp, getting the power play goal. And just like that, Olds back to a 1-goal advantage.
And it was just a beautiful cross crease pass for a little tip in there. A perfect goal, and not a whole lot Schellenberg could do there.
Nope. Rihanna Blight in the face-off circle after serving just a little over a minute of that penalty. Now she's fired up because obviously she was right beside us, beside our broadcast booth in the box, so we could see the frustration on her face on that penalty call. Now she wants to go out there and get that one back. And Stewart trying to get this one around. Tried to dump that one over to Wiley. Wiley couldn't quite connect on that one. Kaylee, the lone SAIT player, but now we see Olds coming in. This is number 14, Macaulay. Moving this one around, trying to find some space out, trying to get a lane to shoot at Schellenberg, but again, Trojans just do a phenomenal job at really closing those lanes quickly. Jack with it, just dumps it back over to Macaulay. Macaulay ends up blowing a tire on the freeway and falling down. And another dangerous opportunity there. And SAIT getting this one out of the zone. And we're going to have a great opportunity here for Stewart. She's able to bat this one around. Can she get around? Oh, that one was just so close. Inches away. Firing shot from the point came from Kirk.
She had Kinghorn beat, but not the post.
Yeah, Stewart just needed an inch to the left or right on that one. And unfortunately just couldn't quite get it. But now SAIT looking like they have a lot of confidence. Good job there by Brown to keep that one in. Kirk had a little bit of a battle on her stick, but she just dumps that one down. Battle here in the corner. Stewart, referees are going to have to blow this one down if nothing happens relatively quickly. 4.5 minutes remaining in the second period. Shots for both teams, 23 for Olds over SAIT, which has 10. And SAIT can't quite keep that one in, but now they're going to have to get out and reset. Olds picks this one back up. Number 22, Sydney Jack, who got the opening goal in today's game. First period. Again, SAIT right now, they're going to have to kind of look to some of their goal scorers and try to get that absolute rocket of a shot, what we saw from Stewart earlier.
And the icing's not going to help as they now have to go all the way back into their own zone and hope to get back into old zone.
Yeah, with tired legs as well. That's the thing that's going to hurt them the most right there is they just – that was one of those moves where they were trying to get fresh legs on, but just had a little bit too much mustard on the puck and just dumped that one down. Firing shot, and that was ultimately blocked. That came from Tringer. And this one was able to get out by SAIT. This was picked up by Will. And now Macaulay coming back in. Or excuse me, that was Kingsley. So with 3:43 remaining in the second period, 2-1 game. Will, you have something to call?
Olds is getting a penalty for taking a shot on the goalie after the whistle. Mind you, it was stopped by the SAIT defenseman, but still can't do that. You can't take a shot on the goalie after the whistle.
Yeah, that is number 15, Tessa Kingsley. And that is just one of those mind lapse penalties. One that you should never really take. And this is a perfect opportunity for SAIT, their second power play of today's game, to really flex their muscles and try to get themselves back in there. Obviously, we saw after they got that first goal earlier in this period, they just played with so much more confidence. But now, what can they do here? Schmidt to Blight, right in front of the net, bouncing puck. That one's kind of out in no man's land, just battling everywhere. And Olds is able to come up with that, and that one's going to go all the way down, and Brown and Schmidt are going to have to go pick that one up.
And this is a league-leading power play unit as well, so you expect them to do some sort of damage here.
Yeah. Earhart is just kind of looking for that Hail Mary pass. She was deep in Old zone. Fortunately, if she would have gotten that pass, she would have been offside. But now Brianna Blight with it. She's moving this one around. It looks like SAIT's going to go with more of the approach of trying to find the perfect shot. And Brown tried to get that rebound shot that bounced off of Jack. Just couldn't quite get the connection on the shot. Schmidt tried to get that one back to Blight and ultimately met by an Olds player. Good block there. Brown passes that one up. She got that one up to Ward. We know she's battling through a little bit of an injury right now, so it's good to see her still getting the same amount of ice time. Absolute warrior. Belima passes that one over to Ward, and that one was tipped by Lewin.
Wonderful net presence there by Lowen just to find a way to tip that puck right onto Kinghorn. Tried to sneak it through the pads, just unable to though.
Yeah, and right now, SAIT, they know that they want to go into the intermission tied game, and this is a perfect opportunity for them. They have played fast, they have played sharp, and they have played confident here throughout this first minute and a half of this power play. Obviously, still have 2 minutes remaining. I'd love to see them continue this pressure. A great shot there by Piper Alexander, just couldn't quite get the stick on, but I'd love to see them continue this pressure in the last 2 minutes, even when they are even strength. 13 seconds left. There's not going to be much of a chance here.
Yeah, continue that pressure and keep the momentum going into the third period, which is something they have to do here.
Piper coming in with some speed, tries the backhanded shot, just can't quite get it. Schellenberg slamming her stick on the ground, telling her teammates we are back to 5-on-5. And Kingsley back on the ice for her team. Kingsley, very talented player for this squad. 3 goals, 3 assists for 6 total points on the year. Serves now 14 total penalty minutes on the entire season. She had 12 coming into today's game. Good job by Belima initially, but unfortunately she just couldn't quite keep the stick handle there. So a minute and 10 seconds remaining here in this second period. These last 2 minutes, SAIT, obviously they had a man advantage, but I'd love to see them continue to apply that pressure because that is exactly what you need to do. Blight ends up winning the faceoff there. Good job by her. And
yeah,
Brown
I hope they
trying to
keep
get that
this
one.
pressure going into the third period. I hope the intermission doesn't kill any momentum they have.
Yeah, you definitely do not want the Trojans to cool off right now. If you are head coach Amanda McLeod, you really want to focus and say to them, listen, we had the momentum here. We need to continue that pressure because if we can continue this pressure and really put it on Olds, we'll get this game tied back up in a hurry. 39 seconds remaining here in the second period. Olds coming in, just a firing shot, not really intended for a goal, just kind of put something on the goaltender of Schellenberg.
Lots of a big face-off here for SAIT. If they can win it, they got one last opportunity here to tie it up in the second period. You never really want to go down going to the third period down, but if you're going to go down by one, that's the all right one to go in because that's achievable to climb back from.
Without a doubt, knowing that SAIT right now has to get 2 more goals to win this game, but it is very doable here. They just need to have a couple of good opportunities. This looks like it's going to be their last real dangerous entry into the zone, and they're really going to try something. Alexander battling this one around. This puck is in front of the net, getting all sorts of bounced around. With 10 seconds remaining, all sorts of pressure is going to have to be brought, but great job there by Olds and number 16, Panishek, to just get that one out and kill any extra momentum on that one. So after 40 minutes of play here, it is a 2-1 lead for Olds over SAIT. Will, what are some of the things that you saw in that second period?
I saw a lot more consistent offensive pressure from SAIT. They kept that puck in the zone. They controlled the play, it felt like, at least 70% of the time this period. They were able to do everything they had to do to get back into this game. They had it tied up for the longest time as well. Unfortunately, they allowed that power play goal. But, I mean, going into the third period, they have to be pretty confident that they can get back into this game and win it.
Yeah, without a doubt. And Kiara Stewart with just an absolute amazing shot there. Top cheddar is what we like to call that one, you know, where grandma hides the peanut butter cookies, top shelf. That's exactly what we want to see from SAIT in this second period. Apply a lot more pressure in the offensive zone. But one thing is just kind of in that middle frame, we need to see a little bit more of that consistency because that's where they lost. They started out really hot, cooled off in the middle, and started to pick it back up. So now going into this third period, at least from my perspective, if they can play a full 20 minutes of hockey, they are without a doubt not out of this game. But I've been Brendan Dawn. We also have Will Manzik here on the call. We will be back here for 20 minutes more of hockey live on ACAC TV. Welcome back, hockey fans. We are getting ready and prepared for this third period action in this really exciting game between SAIT and Olds. Obviously a couple of goal scorers here in the second period. Stewart getting the goal, which was absolutely a thing of beauty. But Will, tell me, what were your thoughts going in after that 40 minutes of play?
We're going to have a fun last 20 minutes here. That second period was one of the most action-packed periods I've seen this year. Back and forth action, whether it was a penalty or a goal, something was always happening. And both teams seemed to be kind of striding into that offensive pressure. Looking to see for some more offensive pressure though from SAIT. Keep it going. They were controlling that play at the end of the second period. Love to see them start hot in this third period.
Without a doubt, we're going to be back here for 20 more minutes of ACAC hockey here shortly. We are getting so close to the face-off. Light versus Tringer. And Tringer able to win that one, but SAIT able to come up with this. Stewart looking like she's trying to get in. Firing shot from Blight right off. And Kinghorn able to jump on top of that. Boy, oh boy, we talked about SAIT wanting to start hot, and you could not ask for a better way to get that done. My, oh my, that was like being shot out of a cannon, Will.
I thought she had her beat there. That was a fantastic glove save, but wow. SAIT came out firing early.
Yeah, you know what? That's one of the things that we talked about ending off that second period, is that we felt that SAIT started out really hot and then cooled off and then got hot again right at the end of that second period. We just asked them to play a full 20 minutes here, and right now, they're starting exactly how we wanted to see them, but now can we see them keep that? Stewart able to keep that one in. She's oh so dangerous with the puck on her stick, and good block there by number 6, Buggell. And you know Stewart had an absolute perfect shot there, but Buggell was great job, and that was just a firing shot, nothing really too much pressure there from Schmidt. But that one's quickly covered up by Kinghorn, the local Calgary native playing here in her hometown.
Big opportunity here for SAIT. They seem to be firing on all cylinders. They get this offensive zone face-up. They can tie this game up real early.
Yeah, in this first 52 seconds of this period, they are performing brilliantly. A lot of interceptions in the Old zone. Old was able to get that one out, but SAIT still right on the attack. Wiley trying to get that one in, and she does, bouncing that one around. Now battle here on behind Old's net. Now they're able to try to get that one out and just able to sneak by there. Schmidt with the physical play, but it is a 3-on-2. And Olds coming in and firing shot, but good block there by number 22, Alex Bambach. Macaulay was the one who fired that one in. She's been fun to watch all night long for Olds. Very dangerous from that D spot. Now we see Olds coming in, trying to find a shot, and good save there by Schellenberg. Fire from Will from the point. Now Olds, little slaps pass, trying to get this one around. SAIT just really trying to find a way to get this puck out of the zone. Will almost got the interception there to keep that one in, but this one's gonna go out. SAIT is able to get a bunch of legs on the ice, or a bunch of fresh legs on the ice. Piper Alexander had an opportunity. She tried to get that to Ward. We know she's battling with a suspected finger injury at the moment, but still, she's very dangerous for this team. They want to make sure that she's out there. Alexander able to pick that one up, but Old's doing a great job there. Just kind of slow things down in the neutral zone and not really allow. Ward was the closest player there off of Alexander's pass, but this one's going to go all the way back behind SAIT's net. 7:14 remaining here in the third period. Right now, throughout this first 3 minutes, Very, very good pressure by SAIT. Obviously, a little bit more on the back foot this last 30 seconds, but in the type of game that we've seen through the first and second, it's kind of what we expected, but good to see Belite now in the face-off circle. But SAIT doing a much better job at applying pressure here in this third period. Schmidt fires that one from the point, just did not quite get on target. Stewart was also there to try to get the rebound, but just not able to pick that one up. Now we see Olds coming in. Buckdell dumps that one in and gets everyone resituated. Olds unable to keep that one in. Intercepted by Stewart. She has some speed. She's going up the sideline, and great defense, but Rihanna Blight fires that one, hits that actually hit
Looks like it went
Van
off a
Kolster.
player and then into the netting there, yeah.
Van Kolster got her body in front and just kind of bounced out. Van Kolster standing at 5'9", 12 games played this year, 1 goal, 1 assist for 2 total points, 2 total penalty minutes. Definitely more on the defensive side of things, but it's good body, big body presence out there for the squad. And SAIT able to pick this one back up. Trying to move this one around, trying to find that open shooting lane. That was a backhanded shot by Alexander. Just not quite getting that one home. Ward trying to find some space. She has speed. She's a very, very powerful skater. You can see in every single stride, just a lot of power that translate into momentum. And that's why she is so dangerous for the squad. She can build up speed quickly. Wiley trying to get that one. Now it's a battle in the corner. And Olds is able to win that one, but SAIT's still applying a bit of pressure here. Here's Jack moving this one around, and great job there by Wiley. And a couple players take a tumble, Wiley and Jack. Now Will with it. Kate Will, snapshot. That had to go through bodies and did not get on target. Very physical couple of plays right here, and Schellenberg just decided, you know what, I'm going to cover this one up and slow everything right back down.
I like the physicality coming from SAIT. They are not stepping down from any challenge. They are really pushing Olds around and showing that, hey, they belong here. We want this game more than you.
Without a doubt. You know what? The physicality that they're playing with is smart physicality. They're not trying to push and force anything to happen. They're just taking what comes naturally, and they're doing it intelligently, because we've already seen 3 penalties from them here so far in this game, and you definitely don't want to take another one. And Stewart, great job winning that. Now Blight behind the net, looking for some space, but Olds defense is just able to come up, and Kinghorn just able to cover that one up. Will, what does your instinct tell you? I saw you kind of making a few moves there, potentially from your old referee days. It does look like we do have a penalty coming to Olds.
Olds is getting themselves a body contact kind of there. Just that play along the boards, through the shoulder in to the SAIT forward, and followed through with the check, which is what led them to the penalty.
Yeah, and Kira Tringer in the penalty box, number 5 for Olds. Now this is a great opportunity for SAIT to try to get themselves back in this game. Ward off the pass from Alexander. Now Ward back with it on her stick. She's trying to find some space, but that one just goes wide. Trying to move this one around is SAIT, trying to find any an open area, and referee decides to call that one dead. Maybe a little bit of a high stick in the air for a pass, but this one's going to be coming out of the zone.
That would be my guess, just instinctively.
Look at me, the non-official here, catching something a little bit quicker than the certified official.
I'm teaching you. You saw my little hand motion.
Oh boy, we learn something every day. Belima moving this one around. She got that one over to Alexander, her captain. Now back to Belima. She's trying to get that one. I remember when I was talking with her before the actual break, she just loves how this team has matured throughout this entire season. I remember her saying that, you know what, they never feel like they're out of a game, and they feel like they're playing with a lot more confidence this year. And we're seeing that here in this game. They've been down twice now, but never have they really felt out. And now we see Alexander passing that one up. She got that one up to Stewart. Stewart looking for a shot, goes wide. It looks like she was trying to go for a tip there on Ward. Stewart back with it. She's trying to find some space, tries to take a shot, but phenomenal block there by Kingsley. Alexander tried to get that one, keep it in, but now SAIT is going to have to skate all the way back. 35 seconds remaining there on the penalty kill. 13:35 remaining in this third period. Olds putting up a lot of pressure here, and now they're skating up. Blight has a lot of speed. She's still battling, ends up falling down in the corner. Good job there by number 12, Alexa Brown. Just keep that one in. Earhart fires that one in, and that was looking for a tip. Good couple of situations there. Stewart couldn't quite get it, and we are back to even strength here. Tringer immediately out of the box was able to pick that one up. That was a very quick penalty.
Yeah,
that one felt like it was only 30 seconds, but nonetheless, it was a full 2 minutes, I assure you that. But this has just been fast-paced, not a lot of stopping. And this has been a really fun one to watch. SAIT had a couple of opportunities there on that power play. Nothing that they could have manifested home. Only one power play goal. Unfortunately for SAIT, that is the third time they have allowed a power play goal this season. Obviously, they have just such a phenomenal penalty killing unit. This one's going to be a foot race, won by Stewart. Great job, extra effort on that one. Now SAIT has to try to just pick something up. They do, that's Lowen. Trying to get it for Blight. Or excuse me, that's Bombatch. Trying to fire that one in 5-hole. But good job there by Kinghorn to just kind of close that one up and say, nope, this one's mine. You're not getting this one past me.
Stewart winning that foot race there to beat up the icing is huge for the SAIT. That gives that boosts a little bit. You know, you get a little bit more confident. Like, we just won that. Let's go get ourselves a goal.
Yeah, and SAIT lucky that they're not going to be caught with an extra man, but unfortunately they're going to be down in a dangerous situation. Firing shot, and they score! And you know SAIT without a doubt is going to talk about goalie interference, but that appears to be number 16, Jarika Pashanek, getting the goal to put this old squad up 3-1. Number 16 there. Well, I know that you're looking at me just trying to confirm the number there, but as you can see, Piper Alexander talking to the ref saying, we think there might be some goalie interference. Obviously, SAIT just on that one. We even see the referee come by giving a little bit of a, that could be a situation. But
I do see where he sees the goal in that. The puck is there, and Olds is battling in, and it is kind of like, it's not like they run the goalie, but it is like a little bit of offensive pressure. It's one of those that goes 50-50. It can go either way. It just kind of depends on what the defenseman did.
Yeah, right now, SAIT is really going to have to battle back here because goals have not been a premium in this game. Very low-scoring defensive battle. We knew that was going to be the case coming into today's game. Both teams definitely focus more on their defense, and they're more defense-oriented. So that's one of the things that we knew coming in. But yeah, for SAIT, they're going to have to dig deep in that bag of tricks, pull out a rabbit or two, and find a way to get a couple of sneaky goals past Kinghorn, who's just been playing a phenomenal game so far.
That last goal is a tough pill to swallow, especially when you feel like that goal definitely shouldn't be allowed against you because you feel like something happened to you. That's a tough pill to swallow. So I hope it motivates them to get 2 more goals here in this third period.
You just really hope that it doesn't kill your confidence. But Stewart trying to find that goal. She had a beauty earlier, trying to get that second to bring her team just a little bit closer in this game. Again, with Stewart, you just cannot really allow her to have that much open space because she is so dangerous when she has the puck on her stick. Here's another player, lost a glove. It was an Olds player actually, but they picked that one back up there. And we do have a delayed penalty coming, so it's going to be a 6-on-5 for SAIT. Alexander, the extra man, coming out of the zone, and there we see the extra touch-up there by Olds. So this is now a very key, crucial situation for the Trojans. if they're going to want to get back into this game, this is now the perfect opportunity. Number 9 for Olds, that is Clara Maddie in the box.
This is a huge opportunity for SAIT to capitalize with one of the best power plays. They got to take advantage here.
Yep, Ward with it on her stick, moving this one around. Now firing shot from the point, that had to go through some traffic, bounced. It was looking like a ping pong ball, that puck going off a couple of players. They tried to get that one back over to Ward, but that one just went a little bit sailing wide on her. Now we have a battle in the corner. This one won by SAIT. Lima trying to get this one out. They're trying to just situate this, slow it down. Ward, so dangerous. Great block there by Olds. That appears to be number 25, Avery Kendall. Just getting down low, blocking that, and just really helping out this Olds team. Minute 13 remaining on the power play. Alexander tries to get that one over to her teammate, and she does. That was number 17, Batrid. Alexander, thought she actually had the puck on her stick, and I was wondering what she did, but then I quickly realized it's actually a battle on the boards.
This is a great tactic for the penalty killing unit. This kills a lot of time, especially if you can keep it moving like about an inch forward and backwards. Every official will keep it going and going until that puck's not moving, which is exactly what's happening.
Yeah, and finally the referees come in and say, all right, ladies, let's figure this one out. We're going to just drop this puck because, again, this is exactly what you want to do if you're Olds. That killed easily.
It felt like a minute, but it was probably about 30 seconds.
It was about 30 seconds, a little bit more. But again, there's nothing wrong with that. You're just in a battle there, just kind of battling it around. And you know, if you're Olds, you're just happy to hold that puck right on the board and go, yeah, you're going to have to take this from us. They're not worried about losing the puck. They're just going to say, you have to take it from us. And SAIT, unfortunately, just took a few extra seconds longer. The referee said, nope, let's get back to hockey. Good job there by Olds to just dump that one out. Schmidt passes that one over. She got that one over to Brown. Brown got pickpocketed, but SAIT is able to regain control here. 10 seconds remaining on the power play, so this is going to be the last entry, but realistically, no power play goal is going to be awarded. Even if there was, that one just goes all the way out. So we are back to 5-on-5 strength. Shots on goals for both teams. Olds sitting at 28 while SAIT is sitting at 19. Schmidt tries to dump that one down to Brown, but ultimately gets met by Stewart. Good job for them keeping that one in. And good movement there, but SAIT applying a lot of tough stern defense. Stewart just kind of dumps that one down and around. And Ward, now Stewart able to pick that up off the great extra effort from Ward, and firing, that one hit the, I believe that hit the boards, but sounded almost like a post, but.
It knocked the stick right out of Kinghorn's hand there as well, as now it's almost in the corner.
Yeah, and she's gonna have to get that one resituated, but make sure that when she goes and grabs the stick, which she's able to get right now, that you know, no SAIT player was barreling down on the opposite side. But now we see SAIT on the backhand, or on the defense, I should say. Kendall moving this one around. Lowen able to get this one out. She's going to get that one over to Earhart, who just tries to dump that one in. She's able to keep this one on her stick and has to go back to the battle. Alexander took a little bit of a spill there, and but ultimately kind of worked out in her favor because she was able to fall back and stay in the zone and get that pass to her. Now she goes off for a quick change. She's going to get replaced by Blight. Firing shot there from Schmidt. Just goes a little bit wide. But now we see Olds going up the sideline. 3-on-1, so not really much of a worry on the attack. Schmidt picking this one back up. 6:45 remaining here in the third period. And if you're SAIT, you're definitely starting to get in this desperation time. But now we see Jack getting that one over. That one was number 16, Pashanek, who ended up getting that third goal. She was looking for another one.
I thought she got it through the pads there.
Yeah, it was looking oh so dangerous for sure. But now, Olds coming back in. Brown, the assistant captain. But SAIT is able to pick that one up. 6:15. You're definitely starting to get in desperation time.
It's do or die time now for SAIT. They 2-goal deficit now. They almost feels like they've been deflated since that third goal happened. We haven't really seen the same energy from them.
Yeah, definitely a little bit more deflation on that one for sure. But now that you have this opportunity, Alexander in the face-off circle, this is a key face-off win for her. SAIT is able to win it, but that one was kind of a little bit more neutral. Kirk fires that one in. Unfortunately for SAIT, Stewart just didn't have the stick in her hand. That one slipped out. So now they're on the back foot, trying to get this one out and around. And we know this Olds team has done such a great job all game long at making it really tricky at making SAIT get the puck out of their own zone. Olds behind, trying to apply a lot of pressure. One thing that we talked about so much in the first period with this Olds team is they did such a phenomenal job at when they are behind SAIT's net that they are able to get that pass right in front of it. We haven't really seen that much throughout the second or throughout this third period so far. So great adjustment there by SAIT to kind of close off what Olds was doing really, really well. And now they're just kind of having to readjust and get situated here. Blight tried to get that one, but just ended up slipping through her skate. Stewart with it, who ends up just dumping that. She had Ward, but I don't think she liked the necessary pass there. But this could have been a situation where Belima was really the only person back. She had Schmidt coming out of the box. Ward was asking for the pass, but that one just ultimately went out and around. 4:50 remaining. Will, tell me, if you're head coach, what point do you pull the goaltender?
It's always a tricky question because it's always a fine line to ride. When's too early, when's too late? For me, I would say between 1:45 and 2 minutes left.
Yeah, for me, you and I are definitely more in that same category there. I'd like to, see what my team can do with even strength with at least another 2 more minutes. And we always see Ward didn't necessarily have the jets on that one. Yeah, she was definitely tired. She's going off for a quick change. She was asking for the pass, and she had the space, just not enough gas in the engine to make that happen. But right now, with 4 minutes exactly, firing shot, that one had to go through a couple of bodies and ultimately stopped by an Olds defender. But yeah, right now, you got about another minute and a half, without a doubt, of even strength before you go to 6-on-5. But 6-on-5, it's still really tricky to even get that goal because you just have so many players on the ice. It's just really tricky to even find a lane sometimes.
And it throws a lot of pressure onto your defensemen holding that blue line. They can't let a puck go through because once you get around the center ice, it's a free goal, really.
It without a doubt is. And in this type of game, you don't want to allow the opposing team to get that free goal. But right now we see Kendall trying to get that one in, but Earhart, she just tries to dump that one around. She's able to get it around the defender. Tried to get it up to Schmidt. That is actually not Schmidt. I saw a 7 and I assume there was a 2 there, but that is actually number 17, Batchard. Blight trying to go in, battle this one around. Blight did pick that one up. She tried to get it to her teammate and just couldn't quite connect on that one. That one was a great opportunity for Kaylee. Just couldn't quite get the pass from Blight. That would have been an absolute beautiful goal if they were able to connect on it. But right now, SAIT having to go on the defense. 2:40 remaining. This has been a fun one to watch here on a Saturday evening. Thank you all for joining us here on ACAC TV. It's a beautiful day here in Calgary, Alberta. Last couple days after what we had to deal with last week and just those frigid temperatures. Then again, -5 for me. I'm a little bit of a baby in that sense. That one just goes up and into the bench. So once we get to those temperatures, I'm in 3 layers of clothing.
Game over for you at that point.
It's absolutely game over for me. Luckily here at Winsport Arena, even though we are at ice level commentating this game,
it's not as cold.
This is one of the more nicer arenas that I've been into announce some games, and we actually have a timeout coming here by SAIT. But there are some arenas here in Calgary that you just walk into and you are an icicle. Last weekend I was calling some games, and I'm not going to name the official building, but 13-hour day in a hockey arena, you're leaving with some pretty cold toes and fingers. Surprised I still have a nose after that one, looking like I was Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Some icicles on the beard too?
A little bit of icicles on the beard, but we are getting very, very close to the end of this game, and SAIT is going to be in this little bit of desperation time, without a doubt. Christian, our PA and music guy, is trying to get the crowd and everyone here pumped up. 2:17 remaining.
My guess is the message is there is to Schellenberg right away is if SAIT wins this draw and gets it out of the zone, hustle to the bench, we're pulling you. That's my guess of the message there.
Yeah, she's looking over towards. And they're not quite asking for her to come yet. Amanda McLeod, now we're having her head to the bench, but unfortunately, Olds is just gonna pick this one up and they're gonna fire, and that one just goes wide. So SAIT gets gifted that one. Minute 51 remaining in the hockey game.
A matter of inches there for getting almost a full ice shot there.
Yeah, I would say that one was about a foot, maybe a foot and a half away from going in. That one just went a little bit left. But that is one of those ones where you're kind of, going, ooh, okay, hopefully that one doesn't go in, and luckily for SAIT, that one didn't. But again, we talked about this a little bit earlier. This one is luckily for SAIT gonna go wide. Brown's gonna chase it, but she's gonna have pressure immediately coming after her. And when you're on the 6-on-5, this is just not the scenario you wanna be in. And if you're Olds, this is exactly what you want to do. You're just on the boards, kind of going back to what we were talking about on that penalty kill that we saw earlier, just putting the puck against. They're not worried about scoring the empty net goal. They're just worrying about killing off as much time as humanly possible. And now that we have the face-off in SAIT zone, they actually lose the man advantage. Now they're going to have a minute 26 to get this one out. You got to assume that Schellenberg, as soon as this puck gets into Olds territory, she's going to be pulled.
Yeah, and that was worst case scenario for SAIT, letting Olds get into their zone and get the face-off in their zone. But I assume Schellenberg's going to be on her horses right away.
She was getting ready to go, but the McLeod said, no, stay. They're still in the neutral zone. Big battle here, but Olds putting up pressure. A minute 5 seconds remaining in this third period. Kind of feels like SAIT at the moment is going to have to make a mountain out of a molehill. 55 seconds. They're going to have to find a way to get 2 quick, cheeky goals here late in this third period. Trying to find any and all possible way. We're up to 6-on-5. Stewart out there trying to get it, and Olds with it, neutral zone, fanned on the shot. That one just goes, and it rings off the post. You could hear that one all the way in Olds. You could hear that all the way up in Red Deer. SAIT just trying to get this one out. 23 seconds, unless something magical happens here. I'm afraid the SAIT Trojans are unfortunately gonna fall, and they get the goal. That appears to be number 23, Caitlin Sandell, getting her second goal of the year and 3rd total points. And that is probably, without a doubt, not probably, it is the dagger in the side of this SAIT Trojans. Nail in the coffin. Thank you, Will. Yeah. Give and take on that one. And unfortunately for SAIT, they played a phenomenal game here today. The one thing that we really wanted to see from them in this third period is just if they could play a full 20 minutes. They played arguably what I would say a full 15 minutes, but then they just couldn't quite get it done, that extra 5. This was a fun one to watch, Will. What are some of the things that you take away from this game that SAIT can move and use going forward?
They were in this game up until that 3rd goal went in. That seemed to be the deflator for them. They just didn't really seem to get any momentum going after that. They kind of felt defeated, it looked like, almost. So I feel like if they were just been able to, like, ignore that almost in a way. It's not great to say ignore the goal, but like ignore that just happened and find a way to battle back. That would have been the best thing to see.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I'm going to go back to the use in terms of football. You have to have a short memory. And having that goal in that third period, you definitely saw the deflation, but you need to have a short memory. You need to go back to that. The player of the game, obviously for Olds, number 31, it is Sienna Kinghorn. Obviously, hometown, she played phenomenally. And without a doubt, number 13, Kiara Stewart. Those two just played unbelievable here today, doing a great job.
Definitely defined the game for both sides there. Stewart with the lone goal for SAIT, and Kinghorn with the fantastic game in net.
Yeah, but that is going to be all for us here today. For Will Manzik, I'm Brendan Donald. We'd like to thank you all for joining us here on ACAC TV. SAIT Trojans again end up falling 4-1 to Olds College. But we will see you all next time for some more brilliant hockey.